Hi everyone, welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne. Thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate you so much. I noticed that more people are joining and subscribing. I love the comments. I genuinely appreciate you and really love having this format. It's just been amazing, and so yeah, I'll be here as long as I possibly can. And so welcome to your sun sign love connection readings for today. Today, the featured sun sign, as I go around the astrology wheel, for those that are new, I have a sort of a system here, will be the sign of Capricorn. And then the featured highlighted connection will be the one I roll right in front of you, that of, what is that, Scorpio? Excellent. So wait a minute. Nope, I don't think that happened. It's fine. I looked it up before because the last two, I always try to make sure that I don't repeat the same one as the highlighted. But here's the thing. I love that. And I will read three major category messages from my tarot, which is the Gilded Tarot today, this month. I may switch it up again. I started with the Cat Tarot. And I like to change things up. Sometimes I get absolute intuitive prompts to do so. And so then we have the new additional thing I do, which is I actually pull a tarot card for every single individual zodiac sign in connection with Capricorn, the featured sun sign. Because I don't think that all Capricorns necessarily consider the Scorpio to be the highlight necessarily for them, but many do. And then this way you get a message for everyone and everyone's covered. So I love it. So let's get it moving on here, shall we? I will finish with some beautiful messages from the oracles that just bring some incredible insight and, upliftment and encouragement in our lives. So we'll start with Capricorn. Capricorn is an earth element. Capricorn is a mixture of the grounded, stable, steady kind of energy, definite energy, combined with the cardinal aspect, which is the initiator, which is all about creating great fortune, authority, leadership. I mean, that's their destiny. That's their whole focal point. And then to add to that, they are ruled, their main ruler through their life is Saturn, and Saturn is the taskmaster, right? Now, but also known as Father Time. So I feel like earth signs in general, but definitely Capricorn, have a real keen sense of time, and they know how to manage time, and they understand it, and they're very good about planning, and the organizational aspect comes very strongly in line with Capricorn. But that steadfastness is really a very beautiful attribute, with that desire to be organized straight. Saturn is also the restrictive planet. It kind of sets us straight, and it's not all the frivolous stuff that we kind of like with other planets like Jupiter. Oh my gosh, the expansive one, which by the way happens to be in Capricorn this year. So it goes into each sign every 12 years. It's a real special blessing and a special time that can incorporate amazing changes, transformations, opportunities that don't come around normally, and then will continue for the remaining 12 years, depending on how well you utilize those opportunities. So that's a beautiful thing too. Now, a lot of times, earth signs in general, I would say, are a little more reserved, and I feel like a lot of Capricorns have that kind of solemn, almost stern energy with them. And sometimes they have been known to be accused of being cold or aloof, but I don't really believe that's the case. I think they're very self-determined, and they just like to get the job done, and they get really involved. They're really hard workers. They feel like they're a man or a woman who's here to do a purpose and to accomplish that purpose. And, they feel like they can do it on their own, but of course they're willing to help and add people to the mix of quality. I feel like, because I've always used the analogy of the fact that the Capricorn is the symbol of the goat and the high mountains they can reach. So basically, a Capricorn is very content knowing that whatever they choose to go after, their purpose, their job, their initiation, their interest, or their intention is always because they want to see it from the ground up. As long as they can see potential in growing and growth, they're all about it, okay? So, but they have a very tender and kind heart, regardless of what their outer exterior is showing the outside world. Now, I do want to remind everybody that we are talking about the sun signs, and the sun sign is the 12th of who we are and in the world of astrology, because in our natal chart, from the moment we're born, you know, that beautiful map of our life, the sun sign is the first house. It is the sun in the exact position we're born, the exact time, the month, you know, and that represents the personality traits that come out, which are our ego and our illumination to ideas and our motivations and drive, which is what the sun creates in us. That energy, that intensity to want to just do things, like things, you know. We have choices, we have taste about things, we have ideas and preferences as to who we hang out with and who we resonate with and the relationships we're in, which is what I've studied for close to 40 years, because it always fascinates me how over and over again the same people do tend to hang out together, and love relationships are all different types in my readings. So it's a beautiful calming energy when you have the earth element, and very practical, like I said, very determined. Steadfastness is a very huge part and word that I would equate with the Capricorn. Reliability, accountability, certainly. Very loyal friends, relationships. They want to make it work. They're all about permanence. You know, they're not in it to just. It's not a fly-by-night interest in anything that they put their minds or their hearts into. And then you have the highlighted connection with Scorpio, which I love. I've mentioned it many times. Scorpio is a water sign. The elements of earth and water do very well together. And, you know, most of the planets have been in Capricorn this year, so it's actually been pretty easy in a lot of ways. Obviously, this year hasn't been easy. This is a general reading, but I'm trying to say that a lot of the aspects and the positioning of the planets that were in Earth do well better, or far better, with the water signs than even the air or fire. That will change next year, but we're talking about now. And the beautiful, watery, receptive, and depth that come from Scorpio are extremely attractive to most people, but definitely to the hardworking, devoted Capricorn, because they see that resonance and that similarity in themselves. Now, the depths of the transformation that happens with Scorpios in general, and the need to want to help others to do that for themselves, is very, very clear and apparent when you meet a Scorpio and are in a serious or important relationship. And they are ruled by Pluto, like I said. That is the planet of transformation, and that happens to be in Capricorn as well this year. And so there you have this interesting, kind of beautiful, harmonious kind of resonance between the two of you for that reason. Also, there's an incredible kind of mystery, unknown, but you feel this magnetism towards Scorpios, because they are deep, because they are intense, because they know things, and they put off this aura of kind of magical, mystical, and they enjoy that type of learning and study too. I find a lot of them are interested in the mystical parts of life. They represent the 8th house, which is inheritance, transformation, life and death, circumstances that have to happen in life that they're very familiar with that transformational, you know, Pluto being their ruling planet their whole life. They have great passion. They have great loyalty as well. They are very almost possessive when it comes to the people they love. They really hold them in tight, and they don't want to share that. When they like something, they want to hold on to it, and they don't want to be deceived. Neither of you do. So that's a commonality too. Nobody does, but this is more intense, I think, with this coupling. So there can be incredibly long-term, great, just fundamental understanding and resonance with these two. And they're Scorpio is a fixed sign, so they have great ideals and opinions about things. They're very resourceful with money too. That just kind of really perks your interest, Capricorn, because you really care about making money. You understand it, you know, you don't want to just be overly frivolous. You don't consider that to be even sensible in the life, you know. You want it to be more grounded and present and be more able to obtain wealth by investing in proper ways. The two of you think the same way about that. I love it. I think it's absolutely wonderful. I think that I have known many relationships like this, and I think that you will continue to have a lot of respect for each other, and there's depth on both sides. So let me read to you your specific major categories that I'll explain as I'm reading it. I'll do a few more shuffles. I did shuffle before I started the video. And I'll do a little bit of talking about some of the very important planetary astrological aspects happening. Today is October 6th, so we're still waiting on, you know, the election and making that choice. So I think there's this underlying unease for a lot of us, and I felt that way. I did an extra little bit of meditation. I'm feeling a little more emotional today, but I love doing this reading. It automatically kind of opens me up, and I like to be authentic with you. So maybe I'm just feeling everybody's energy. I think that makes sense too. Everything's going to be fine though. And, you know, we have Mars, which has been in retrograde Aries for a while now, almost 2 months. It's going to go forward on the 13th, next Friday, actually, a week from today. So that's going to change a lot of the energy for everybody. And it's going to be beautiful because Mercury finally stationed forward, and that had been in Scorpio, went into Libra for a while. And so communication was kind of, you know, mixed up and cloudy, and a lot of misunderstandings took place, I think, transportation, all the things that happen with Mercury retrogrades. And retrogrades in general, they kind of slow us down and keep us from moving forward to the extent and the pace we want to, particularly when it's in fire, but that's going forward. The changes that'll happen between today, the 6th, and the end of the month with the first the lunar eclipse is going to be quite phenomenal, but I find it to be extremely uplifting and positive energies. So your message is coming, and like I said, I'll explain them as we go along. Will be the 3 major categories that I choose now for the highlighted. And the first category is basically the overall energy that the two of you are feeling in this relationship, in this connection, whatever that love may be, and what's led you to this reading. Now, this may be felt the moment you hear it, or the moment you woke up. It could gradually go on through the month, you know, and I hope it does resonate. Sometimes it doesn't. For the overall energy, you have the Hangman. How perfect is that? Here we are waiting in a holding pattern to find out, you know, who gets elected. Maybe in your personal life, there's something that's just not quite ready to move forward on. And I highly recommend you do wait this extra week, and even a little after, because there's the shadow periods. But it's there. You're actually in peace about this. The Hangman represents the sign of Pisces. That's another forward-moving planet. That's an outer planet, slower moving. It's been in Pisces. It's been in retrograde, and it goes forward at the end of the month as well. I think the 30th, could be wrong, but right around that time. It's just about seeing life in a different perspective, taking time to just take in this important time to heal, to kind of rejuvenate, relax, retreat, all the R's from retrograde, because that happened in Mercury. We're still in that shadow period. It started going forward on the 3rd, election day, but clearly it's not completely, you know, built up its speed and such. So this is absolutely perfect. The two of you are just hanging and waiting, but it's not like you're feeling real remorseful or anything. It's actually more pleasant than it has been in the last part of this, or the earlier part of this year. Just kind of a time that you think that you know that you need to take a deep breath. You've done your best, you've done what you could, and you're not giving up on anything. You're just going to give it a little bit more of a pause. Absolutely perfect in conjunction with real time. The second category is always the possible blessings or obstacles regarding you, your life, individually or together. And we have the 8 of Cups. Let me double check that, because this is a different deck. Yes. Okay, well, 8 is manifestation. It is one of the most abundant and powerful numbers in numerology. And the 8 of Cups is just absolutely, and there's been a lot of emotional things, the cups of the water, that is the Scorpio, that is the Pisces, and which we've had 2 references to, of course, being highlighted and then the first overall message. So water is very prevalent. Emotions are very, very, very much at the surface right now. And what I'm seeing and feeling and knowing about this symbolism of this card is that a lot of the hurts from this year, the disappointments, the losses, literal losses, you know, whether it be with family, friends, literal people, jobs, ideas, relationships, you want to put that past you. You absolutely are ready to stand here, recognizing the need to pause so that you can go forward stronger, more loving, more connected than ever before. And not forgetting the past, it's hard to do, but allowing it to dissolve and think about more positive things, feeling closer in the connection. That's really important. I like that a lot. And, you know, there's the full moon. Yeah, so you're seeing the incredible changes and transformations that have already occurred, but that will continue to, and it's going to be for the betterment. I don't know what specifically on a general basis, a general reading, has occurred for the Capricorn with this beautiful Jupiter. You know, part of your whole year and the opportunities, like I said, or the expansion of love or opportunities or things that are really beautiful and lucky and magical. I don't know what that is, but I know that it has helped you in some way or made you think in a way that's going to absolutely add to your life and just bring so much more fulfillment. And so that's beautiful. And then the last category is the category of finances, or financial, but also physical, tangible things like the earth quality, right? The practical things we need, our jobs, our family, balancing and you know, money that helps to, well, we need money. It's essential. You have the King of Wands, boy. Talk about power and passion and drive into getting what you need and knowing it's coming through. This is the maturity of the most maturity. And when it's the king versus queen, it doesn't matter whether you're a female or male. The king is the paternal, the masculine energy. So there's more force, I would say. There's more dynamic, you know, let's get it done, motion, motivation comes through. The queen has those qualities, but it comes from a more receptive and internalized kind of maternal feeling of the same thing, all from heart, all from passion, all from drive and desire. There's great potentials. Like I said, that this year with Capricorn specifically, and the Jupiter influence of incredible opportunities and luck is really, could be very featured in your finances and the relationship. So together, you might have started something, you know, and you've had to put it on hold, but now it's going forward and it feels really, really strong and dynamic. And there you have the moon again. So you have moons in 2 of your you know, major categories here. So by this full moon at the end of the month, on the 30th in Gemini, the lunar eclipse. Well, that's in the 9th house. That is about, you know, education and travel and learning and moving and motivation and all sorts of, there's other categories, but those are the ones prominently coming through. This is a beautiful, strong reading for you, and it feels great. So right now, if you're resting, and just letting go and releasing the things that have hurt or in the past and just knowing that the truth and everything is coming forward. Oh boy, is it ever. Yeah, that's really good. That's a good place for you. So those are the messages for the highlighted. And then, like I said, just because, you know, everybody has relationships with everybody in all different ways, right? So let's add an additional card for all of the zodiac signs now, which I'm really happy to do. So going from Scorpio to the right, let's do Libra and Capricorn. I like this a lot because I do know a lot of couples in relation to my studies and whatnot. They're either really close friends or definitely, you know, marriage or committed soulmates, you know, twin flames. And this is a common one, and I'll tell you why. Libra is the air. Libra represents the mind and thoughts, and everything they do has to do with how they think or how they communicate. The thoughts become words, and the air is how they, pull it out, push it out into the world, right? Very important for them to express in all different forms, whether it be written, spoken, teaching. They love to learn and expand their minds whenever they can. They have a detachment, they call it, because, they do have emotions, of course they do, but they tend to be kind of really stern and factual, and, they're very strategizing when it comes to how they can create things in their life, and it comes through their minds, okay? So that actually works well with the Capricorn, who's very, steadfast and determined and focused as well. They like getting things done in, matter-of-fact kind of fashion. But Libras are also, representative of the balancing, the scales. And they love being balanced in everything, particularly relationships. That's number one from them. And they will do whatever they can to reach the heights they can in any relationship. They want to understand the thoughts of the people that they're involved with, friends, lovers, whatever it is. They want to feel that they are fairly heard, and that the two of you have a balance in the relationship, whatever that may be, that there's justice and equilibrium, and, truth and fairness, and that all the things that, they don't like confrontation. They want to work things out, but they will stand up for their cause. They're great at activism when it comes to those very things I mentioned: justice, fairness, truth, communicating it and really speaking. Activism, like I said, they also are involved a lot of times with things, careers like law, doctors, things that can really help to teach and, educate people. And the two of you have together, also, I would mention that Libra is a cardinal, as is Capricorn. So you both have that initiative energy about you, wanting to make things work and keep them moving and keep active. Very complementary. So we have the Magician. So basically the two of you have the mastery to create anything you want with this relationship and this connection. There's no holes barred. You have all the tools in your toolkit. This has come from a lot of maybe past life experiences or, something very karmic, but absolutely feeling on top of your game and very connected in positive ways. So I love that. And it's a major arcana. So that's very, very, very much a message that needs to be mentioned for the two of you. So then we go on to Virgo and Capricorn. Well, you're both the same element. So there's always going to be that harmonious feeling between the two of you. Virgo is a mutable sign versus the cardinal sign of Capricorn. But a mutable sign means that they're very adaptable and they are very subject and capable of change. They are extremely intelligent. They're ruled by Mercury. They're very much of the mind. That's a very attractive thing to Capricorns, because I feel like Capricorns are very intelligent as well. And certainly when it comes to handling their money, their practical things in life that they need in order to survive, right? The fundamental, but things that are they can count on, they can touch, feel, and sense. And so there's great admiration for each other. There's this depth with Virgo, as with Capricorn, where they want to learn and continue to learn. They want to help others in the process. They want to reach the top. Whatever they're in, they want to be the best at it. They don't just stop, and they're not content with that. They want to learn more, do more, help more. They are also extremely organized, very, I would say, almost to the side of perfectionism, certainly within themselves, wanting to be the best they can be. Like I said, the two of you have a beautiful, beautiful connection, and I think it's really a beautiful thing. I feel good vibes from the card, and yes, Six of Cups. This is happy. This is emotional, and it's sentimental. It reminds me of remembering the days when, like, the two of you are probably going to get, a lot of you have been together for a long time. And right now, with everything just kind of being different than we've ever remembered, we tend to want to reminisce about how it was, and it has to do with our childhoods. Maybe you met when you were children and then you reunited. Maybe you're just reminding yourself of how you like to keep that childness in yourselves, because Fun is operative. It's so important. Don't ever lose sight of that. You both work so hard. Taking the time to do that together would be so beautiful. And then also the fact that maybe the two of you reunited during this retrograde. It happens all the time. And you're just feeling really happy, and you're feeling like it's meant to be, you know, it's a karmic kind of thing. That's beautiful for the two of you. And yeah, emotions are feeling great. You're feeling a real love there. So that is excellent. Leo and Capricorn, very different, you know, very strong-willed in both sides. You've got the earth and the fire. Fire is what the Leo is. Leo is ruled by the sun. There's such dynamic energy, confidence, you know, vitality. They have great desires to lead and to be seen and to show the masses, you know, this is how it works. This is what I want to provide. This is, you know, my ego's in charge, my desire to do well and to expand your life in the process. You know, they want you to be a part of their castle. They never think small. They always think big, and they're capable of reaching great heights in their lives. And that's an attraction to Capricorn. Once again, anybody that can really work towards bettering themselves, they really like to be a part of that. And you two can work really well, because the fiery energy of Capricorn, Leo sometimes just kind of bursts out there, right? And it's action, and it's kind of impulsive, right? In a lot of ways, but not the Capricorn. So you can really help to kind of complement each other and even each other out in the temperament side of things. But there's great love, there's great passion, and great possibilities for future endeavors together on all levels. And there you go. You have the, what is that? The Three of Pentacles, yep. There's that beautiful earth element with the Capricorn there, and it is the coins and the pentacles, which is about our wealth and amassing riches once again, but it's about cooperation. So you're getting cooperation, you're seeing growth happening, whatever it was you started together, and I don't know if it's just on the relationship level, or, you know, if it's about something having to do with money, or your partnership, work, it's growing and it's looking beautiful, and that's so appropriate for this year. So hang in there. There's a lot more to be had from this, and you will, like I said, receive help from others and maybe the community, family. Always like to see three. So that's like the triad, that beautiful pyramid that has that power. And then you have Cancer and Capricorn. This is polar opposite. Cancer is the water sign. Cancer has the depth, as well as, like I said, the Scorpio, the highlighted connection. Cancer is extremely sensitive, impressionable as well. They can be very romantic and sentimental. They are very, very interested in caring and nurturing for their family and those they hold dear to them. That means everything in their relationships. They want to also maybe possess them and really nurture them. And those pinchers, like I always say with their crabs, can hold on tight. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing for Capricorn. It doesn't work for all signs, but, you know, as long as they know that you're going to be there and loving them and accept that they work hard for your happiness and security, this can be a very long-lasting and beautiful relationship, because, like I said, the water and earth elements work extremely well. Both cardinal signs. The moon is a very important aspect to remember that rules the Cancer, because it brings them that sensitivity and the ability to sense all things and feel things and know things. You know, that intuition is very strong with a lot of Cancers, and they can utilize it for the betterment in your relationship. What is your message? Seven of Cups. Wow, there's the emotion, but it's also the opportunities, which I told you earlier, Capricorn. You may have so many, you don't know what to choose from this year. Be careful. Narrow it down to one or two, because the energy that's condensed like that will produce better outcomes. And you know, there's all sorts of opportunities for the two of you. What's it going to be? What are you both thinking about that will make you happier? Or maybe you have everything and you're just sort of just in awe and feeling blessed and beautiful about that. Being careful what you focus on, okay, when you have these many choices. Sevens are decisions and working through difficulties. So just narrow things down. Enjoy your love. Enjoy the emotions you two share together. And I think everything's going to be wonderful. There's great love there. Then we go with Gemini and Capricorn. This is the air sign again with the Earth. So a lot of very strong differences. There's the groundedness of Capricorn, as I said, and the practical, the reliable, the predictable. And just the opposite with the Gemini. Gemini is air, and they are the thoughts, once again. They are their mind. They are ruled by Mercury, so it's definitely mind and communication and commerce and working together and networking and socializing, and they love all of those things. They love teaching, they love speaking, they love writing, they love all forms of media that way. And they're exceptionally good at that. They know a lot about a lot of things because they want to keep learning. That's important to them. And they want to share that knowledge with you. And they want to know that you've heard them, okay? And they're fun, they're witty, they're quick-minded. They're definitely fair-minded. They want, you know, equalness and fairness in the relationships in life. They're changeable, kind of moody at times. And that reliability is not necessarily going to be there because they're off and running and doing all sorts of things. You ground them, Capricorn. They love that. And it can be a really sweet and long-term relationship or connection. And you have the Knight of Swords. Well, there you are. There's the communication that I'm speaking of with this Gemini. So if things were a little bit, you know, confusing with communication, it was because of Mercury retrograde. And like I said, going forward now, those things will clear up. More clarity will absolutely come through. The Knight of Swords offers information and opportunity for communication that's way more straightforward and, you know, and honest and truthful and fair. All the things I mentioned that air elements represent. This is important for everybody in a relationship, but I like it a lot. And especially with the Knight, it is bold and it's very much, I would say, a very positive informational message for you. So something beautiful will come through. He's holding up that sword and he's having complete faith and he's cutting through anything that isn't truthful. And then we have Taurus and Capricorn. Love it. 2 earth signs again. Taurus is a fixed sign. Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus is in Libra right now. So Libra happens to have that as the ruling planet as well. Venus is an incredibly magical Venetian planet that adds to our money, to our well-being, to our health, to our love life, you know, to the arts and the beauty of life. And that's what really, really is important to Tauruses. And they are the definite sign of money. They will work hard. They will toil. They were known as, back in the day, historically, in mythology, Taurus was the sign of, you know, sowing and reaping, you know, sowing the soil and planting those seeds and being patient and waiting because they know that they will come to pass. They will grow and they will see the fruits of their labor. Absolutely. The 2 of you are excellent when it comes to thinking in that way and the fundamental interests and hardworking qualities you have. Your messages are the Ace of Cups. Wow. That's such beautiful love, an offer of love, a beginning of a relationship. If you've been in this relationship a long time already, it's another level to it. It's committing, it's getting engaged, it's getting married, it's feeling full and fulfilled and emotionally completely happy and content. Aces are new beginnings on all levels, new beginnings in business, new beginnings with family relationships, you know, working through difficulties, which we've had this year. A lot of difficulties, but they're all going to clear up. They always do, you know. At what time, we can never say. But you know, as I always say, when you're down, the only way is up. So, and that's kind of the motto of a Capricorn too, just knowing that they are working their way up at all times in their life. And then you have Aries and Capricorn. This is interesting, very, very different, but very dynamic once again. You both have a lot you can offer each other. It's a matter of allowing each other to hear and listen. Now, Aries is a ruling planet, okay? They are in charge. They are a leader. They're the first sign of the zodiac. And, you know, Capricorn has that too. So Capricorn can handle, not, like I've said before, being in the spotlight. They're more reserved. They're in the background. That's okay with them. But they want to be heard as well. So this is a matter of hearing each other, having that patience, which Capricorn has in spades, not so much necessarily Aries. But you know what? When you love somebody, everything can work out as long as you want it to, right? It's about the love language and speaking. It's about respecting each other. You both have great ideas. Both can be used, you know. Maybe one can use one day and the next another, and I don't know. But I see really wonderful things happening. And if nothing else, the connection in business can be, you can soar to the top. You know, there's no stopping around. There's no stopping a goat. They are in it to win it, you know. So that's what I'm seeing. And it happens to be in relation to love too. And you have the Four of Cups. So this is the one that comes up to remind us we have what we need. We definitely do. Every one of us in life, even during our hardest times, we have so much that's really available and right there for us. And to know that and to feel content with what we have. Just being and counting our blessings, especially after a year like this. But knowing that there could be opportunities right in front of you may be missing, or not thinking that you have to catch that next shining object, that you are content with what you are. The Four of Cups, though, with that final, you know, offering or opportunity, will definitely balance it out, because 4 is about balance and stability. Maybe you're both waiting on that information with that in regards to you. But the cups are the emotions again. Keeping them, you know, balanced, keeping them stable, and having that love for each other will overcome anything. You know, you've got the power when it has to do with love. So yeah, just knowing there could be a beautiful opportunity coming through. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Don't be in too much of a rush. Pisces and Capricorn, similar to the other water signs, very, very sentimental and sensitive and romantic and artistic and creative. One of the most creative signs. Pisces is the 12th sign. Pisces is known as, you know, the fish. They are moving in different directions. There's a duality. There's a need for balance in their life, and it's not always there. So there's that patience that comes from Capricorn to allow them to find that balance, you know. And sometimes it's because they take in everything and everyone's feelings. They can be very, can be harsh at times, you know. They want to escape it a lot of times. They need that downtime. But they also like to kind of beat to the sound of their own drum. That's kind of an intriguing and fascinating thing. But you keep them grounded, Capricorn. There's a lot of love between the two of you, a lot of love. Pisces love to love. And they're very psychic and very capable of understanding spirituality, religious things, all the things that are the mystical things, you know. That's intriguing to you too, Capricorn, because you have it in you. I think they bring it out. And there can be really wonderful connections with these two. You have the Ace of Swords. Wow. Clarity in conversations and conversations and communication. Yeah, just everything that actually hasn't been happening with the retrograde. And with Neptune and Pisces going forward, there's been so much, I mean, in addition to everything else for Pisces, way more cloudiness, and just like everything seems kind of obscure and it's fantasy-like, and it's not real, you know. And it's just what you're questioning, what is real? The Pisces just needs to know. And this, finally going forward, the clarity is going to be so much more beautiful, you know, and you're going to be able to speak on a much more easier manner. And it's the ace, right? It's truth, it's justice, it's fairness, it's Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. And there's that beautiful, once again, full moon, lunar eclipse in Gemini, the air. So both of you are feeling this very strongly already, because we do. With eclipses, you might even be feeling the one in December on the 13th come in as well. That'll be in Sagittarius. That's a new moon. Beautiful. End of story. This is a beautiful collaboration and expression of love, or whatever the conversation is about. And then you have Aquarius and Capricorn right next to you, Capricorn. Aquarius is an air sign. So once again, we have all the planets that were in your sign this year all going into Aquarius this next year, 2021, starting December 21st, and even a little earlier. I think Jupiter goes into Aquarius on the 17th of December. Not that far. Night and day kind of energy, but it's, once again, the ability to express comes forward. The ability to fight for the right cause and for justice, and to break through the barriers of the traditional Capricorn kind of earthly, steadfast way that things have been for centuries, right? That's breaking away. I think everybody's felt that this year. We've noticed the change. That was the pause that they call, you know, what occurred this year. The interruption in what would normally be considered our life to prepare for the inevitable but necessary change in the way life is working. So that's what Aquarius is about. Aquarius is a fixed sign, set and determined, and, you know, in their ideals and the way they want things to go. They want to help everybody. They are the water barrier sign. They're not water sign, but they want to feed everybody that's needing to eat. They want to help the world at large. They want to be philanthropic. And you could do that too, Capricorn. A lot of you are involved in that. And you have the money to provide that, which is beautiful. I feel the two of you have a wonderful connection. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. That's changes and unexpected things and surprises that come from nowhere. This is what they've been used to their whole life. A lot of changes has happened in a lot of Aquarius' lives. They're used to that. They're independent, but they love being in love. They love and dedicate themselves when they're in love. I feel a really good vibration between the two of you. And yeah, well, you have the Eight of Pentacles. So there you are again with that manifestation number, the most powerful, abundant number. And it's about money. It's about security. It's about building that wealth. The two of you could build an empire together, but if it's not in, you know, finances, it's in your love, which I find to be more important. Yeah, I said it. When you're in love, though, and you have that kind of feeling going, all the rest of it just kind of falls into place. Things are working well for you. Things are looking good. And that's the earth sign. So there you are, Capricorn, in your element. Absolutely beautiful. Who knows what can come from this year into next. And then you have Sagittarius, which is beautiful. That's the other side of you. That is the fire, right? That's the absolute optimism sign that is mutable, adaptable, changeable, you know, capable of going places and doing things all over the world. They love to travel. They are the sign that's ruled by Jupiter. That's been in your sign. So you've gotten a taste of what they have had in their whole lives. You know, what has been their main, you know, ruling planet. That's beautiful. I mean, it's a lucky, lucky sign, and it's a lucky, you know, opportunity kind of thing. I would always want to hang out with Sagittarius. They teach me so much. They're fun. They're adventurous. They love to travel. They have to travel. They love being physically fit and keeping that exercise going to release that extra energy that's always in them, it seems. You know, you can't miss them in a room. They're so fun, and they're full of fire and passion and drive. They shoot that arrow, you know, that they carry and point it in the direction they want to go, and like a star, and there it goes. That's what happens. Very interested in philosophical things and higher learning and religious and all those other beautiful, you know, obscure things that are important in life that, you know, they can teach, and you can learn a lot from them. So I love this a lot for everybody, but you have the Two of Cups. So there's a lot of love here too. Something's going right, you know. And by the way, you know, Sagittarius is a very independent sign, and I feel like Capricorn can be too, but amidst the desire for Capricorn to grow and find that authority and that leadership and that, you know, that promise of success, they also have a great deal of desire for love. So they can be patient with the Sagittarius who's traveling and doing everything. They're not trying to obsess or be obsessive of them, and that's very attractive for the both of you. So it's working, and there's a lot of beautiful emotional feelings going on with the two of you. So as a general majority of you, yes, that's exactly what's coming through. So those are the beautiful messages with every single zodiac sign with you, Capricorn, and I see absolutely beautiful things. I don't see anything that was a challenge whatsoever. And by the way, that's how the readings have been in the last 2 or 3, and they're all different. Yours has a kind of a beautiful mixture of cups. I see predominantly more cups though, so there's a lot of love happening right now. There's been a lot of focus on that, or opportunities, or happiness, or just feeling emotionally fulfilled, and that's absolutely beautiful. And then of course your beautiful element of Pentacles has come through very strongly too. from the beginning. So I hope you resonate with that, and don't feel disheartened if you don't right away, because, you know, it takes some time with these beautiful energies. You know, they come and go, but some are longer lasting, some resonate more than others. Some connections resonate more than others. And if you haven't subscribed, please do me the favor of becoming one of my subscribers and coming back as often as you'd like. Now, you know, you realize that this is the highlight. Tomorrow we'll go into Aquarius as the featured, I should say, and then it goes around the zodiac. But hey, you may have friends you want to know about, or, you know, or other circumstances. So you can certainly do that and check in anytime you want. I'm here every day, and I greatly appreciate it. Like, push the notification bell. My uploads are different every day because I can end right now, which is almost going to be 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and it may not get uploaded till 9 or 10 tonight. That's just what's been happening. I don't think it will for long, though. Let me finish with your beautiful messages with the Oracle of... I always say this every day, but basically Psychic Tarot for the heart. I thought that was very appropriate when it comes to love connections of all kinds, because our heart is essential in the mix, right? Our heart is what's feeling. Our heart is incredibly intelligent. And don't ever, ever underestimate the power and intelligence of our heart. When you're hearing something from your heart, you best to heed the call and the understanding, and it will never let you down. This is the message, though, for all of the Capricorns in the world, and their beautiful connections. The one that I will read is the one on top. A couple of them fell out, and you have, 3 of them fell out, interesting. New vitality, woohoo! Look at that. The rainbow, the world, you know, just the colors are all so much more vibrant right now for you. And they were a little dulled earlier in the year, and that's not happening. Watch and see what happens when, having had Jupiter in your sign Capricorn, then go in your second house, which is money and everything we talked about as far as building, you know, the success this coming year. New vitality, boy. I don't know about you, but mine has definitely lessened this year as I waited to go back to work for months and 7 months. I just lost it, you know, but not completely. I never gave up. It was just part of the process. Let me read to you what it says, number 1. So that is like the beginning. That's starting anew, starting afresh, right? So let me read to you what it says. And it says, I love it, manifest. Keywords, act, create, focus, magic, clarity, intention. You know what? That was your first one, the Magician. I mean, this is all absolutely synchronistic and very congruent in your reading. This is a time of great power for you. The Manifest card is here to tell you that anything is possible. You have all the tools at your disposal. And to be able to create what you desire, you have a variety of tools that can be put to good use. The ability to love unconditionally, to support, to cherish, to listen, to understand, to forgive, to be kind, to be joyful, and even to be silly. There you have the children, you know, with your connection. And that childlike part of us that needs to stay alive. All of these are useful tools in managing affairs of the heart. Take some time to determine what your best tools are so that you can use them to work your own unique brand of magic around relationships. The affirmation, I use my power to manifest deliberately and with clear intent. And it says the traditional tarot archetype for this particular message is the Magician, which was your first connection. That is beautiful. I'm super happy to have read that for you. I love that. These are new for me, so I'm going through them as you do. But I love them so far. They are amazing and very, very, very supportive, right? Very loving messages. So the next and last will be Super Attractor Manifestation Message, affirmation, mantra, whatever you want to call it. It's about creating that feeling that will create the life that you choose. That is the law of attraction, and that is what it takes. And it's simple, but it means everything when you feel things into your life. And it has to be, you know, like versus like. It won't work otherwise. So, you know, don't feel limited and then expect abundance to come in. That won't work. So feel the amazing abundance that you are and that you are worth and that you can have and create, as it said very clearly, and watch it come in. Just watch it just pour in continuously. Not that it isn't already, it'll just be magnified. Your specific message is a beautiful one. I love it. It comes up quite a bit, and I love it because it's the second chakra colors, which is our creative chakra, which is about creation and creating. It's all just perfect. And then also some of the, I would say, you know, even delving into the first chakra, which is security, earth, you know, stability, permanence. But the message, when I'm grateful for what I have, I can feel good along the way to what I desire. Gratitude, boy. I know you are gratitude. I know you have gratitude, and I know that this is just a way to remind you and just think those thoughts, and those are the things that'll make you feel good. So I do hope you enjoyed your reading as much as I enjoy giving it to you, and I pray that everything is going to be everything that it says and more. And, you know, take great care of yourself. Do relax right now. Like I said, it's probably best timing-wise, and then going straight forward again by mid-month. And do come back. I would love it. So until next time, take good care. Bye for now.